I said gold's weak. Does anybody see that message I posted this morning about gold? I thought it was a pretty good call considering gold hadn't done anything all day but stay weak. And I think that could put us in some pretty good place. So let's take a couple stocks that I'm interested in and look at it. Okay, if you look at AMD, AMD's got a high of 99.01. So Jonathan, set an alert at 99.01 on the high side for that.
Okay.
An alert there. Set an alert on NVIDIA at 114. Okay. Palantir is at 109. You need to set an alert on Palantir at 110.55. Okay, QQQ, you need to set an alert there at 482.55 on the QQQ. The SPY at 581.55, 581.55. TQQ, 57.11.
That's 561.55 on the SPY.
Right. Yeah, 561.55. Okay. TQQ set it at 57.11. Like I said, gold's weak right now. Should be headed lower if it breaks. Set an alert for me because I'll trade futures if it does. Set an alert at 84.40. If it breaks that, I'll short some futures. Put crude oil in there too. Don't leave it out. Set an alert on crude at 57.84. 57.84. Let's see. Put Walmart in there. WMT. WMT. Microsoft. Gilead, GILD. Oh, BJ. Put BJ in there. Amazon. Put it in there. Okay. Let me give you alert for everything. Where did I leave off?
You left off with crude oil. So Walmart's next.
Okay, Walmart. Let's go with 99.55. Microsoft 436.55. Gilead, $100.11. BJ 120.55. Amazon 189.55. Okay.
189.55, and gold hit 84.40
It did.
while you were running through those. It's now down to 80.
All right, so it's 82 right now. So how would you do a gold trade? If you shorted gold at 82, you'd have to put a stop at that RB high, which would be 97. I'd put it at 98.50 if I did it. Okay. I did do it. So anyway, might as well share that with people. All right. So that's gold.
The 98.50.
Yeah, take the high of the reference bar. See how that does it very nicely?
Yeah.
And I'm just putting a, little juice above it.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, so now let's do this. Let's set an ETR line, if we will, for all those tickers.
Right, let me bump the font down. I'm gonna need to see all these.
Yeah, probably need from 3 o'clock on. You got it on Central Time, be from 2 o'clock on, right?
Yeah, talking about 2 o'clock as in just a moment ago.
No, 1 o'clock on, excuse me, I had to adjust to you. 1 o'clock on you.
Well, what I'll do is I'll build two of them because we can't fit them all on the same one here. Start with Walmart. There we go. That'll have to work.
All right, so the first thing we want to do is I want you to flip over to gold and you look at MTI by DTI. I shorted gold, but I know my numbers, but I just want to show you something. I'm up $8 on that trade. Y'all see how the red arrow on MTI by DTI? Does everybody see that? I think that's pretty good to sit here in front of you like this and show you in real time how to do that, right? All right, so I'm gonna ask where my target is. My target on gold, usually when I trade this late in the day, if I can make $10, that's a home run, and I'm up $9 right now, so I'm close to my target. But did you see how that worked? I started out with the reference bar, gave Jonathan a trigger number. He called it out to me. I did it, got short, but I was watching this on my MTI by DTI, my ticker, the tools. I'm just trying to make, what I'm trying to show you is with the tools, you can do stuff like this, okay? Any questions about that? That's on gold. Now, in fairness, I've traded live during Fed meetings the greater part of 20 plus years. All right, I'm gonna cover my goal. I'm $71. I'm out. That's $1,000 on a big contract, $100 on a micro. Okay. Now, how many people are excited to see me do something like that? I don't do it that much anymore, but how many people see how I integrated the tools and everything? Okay. And this is the beauty of having these tools. John, let's go back and look at the RV Trader if we can. Now let's go look at MTI for crude oil. Crude's got a red arrow. See what I'm doing? I'm playing it in sync with the tools. Now let's go back to the ETR line. Where's crude? Right there? Yeah. So my risk on crude is going to be above that 58.16 level. I'd go 58.21 if I did go short. Okay. We're going to get there, Bruce. We're going to get there. This is just warming us up. This is called the warm-up period. All right, it's about 20 after, okay? And I think the trade, go look at a compass chart on the roadmap and put the E-mini in there. I think the trade is going to be a long. So the question would be, where would you have to see for the market to go up? About 55 or 56? Is that where you'd have to see, Jonathan, to clear all that resistance, overhead resistance? You'd be higher than your RB4.
Yeah, 50 was RB4's high.
Yeah, so about 55, 56 would take you up. If you got higher than 66, you got a big route, okay? So what we'd look at would probably be a SPY trade if we got there. So once you set an alert, just give us a little time to set it up, Jonathan. Let's go in and pick one out in case we do. Let's go out 10 days on the SPY and do a 3 wide spread. 10 days out.
Right now, 10 days out. We go 9 days or 12 days, Tom.
9 days sound good.
SPY's at 560. You're looking for a 3 wide for a buck?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try at the money first, see what they have to offer, and then we'll go from there.
What Jonathan's doing working with me, he's going out, he knows I'm looking for $1. And if the SPY goes above 50 or E-mini goes above 55, I'm going to buy the SPY 9 days out and risk $1 on this trade.
The 570, 573 is 95 cents right now. That's probably
Okay,
the
let's
one
go
that
there.
gets up
Let's
there.
go there if we get a trigger on the E-mini. E-mini is about 56.40. Why would I do the futures to trade the SPY? Very simply, the futures will lead the SPY, and therefore, I want to know firsthand what I should be doing. And I know now if the S&P gets above 56, 55, 56 area, I need to be thinking SPY. Okay? And I've looked at my reference bars, and it looks like, if it clears 65, I got a trade I can hold. And I think it'd be a good trade if that happens. Again, using the E-mini. Would I do the trade right this second? No. I'm just outlining a scenario for you that you can use to put some money in your bank. All right, Jonathan, let's go back and look at if we can, let's go back and look at the RB Trader. This is such a great feature I've come up with. It just simplifies the whole process. BJ, all right, look at BJ, a 120. Do they have a 120.23? Now here I'd go out to June 6th.
June the 6th. That's they only have monthlies, so you have to go to June 20th.
That's fine.
They have 5 wides.
Okay, what's a 120, 125 out to June 6th?
It's like about $2.45.
To how much?
$2.45.
Wow. Let's do it another way. What's a 17 and a half, 15 put spread expiring not this Friday, but next?
See if they have that to offer. That'd be, yeah, you can do that one since it's monthlies, but they only have 5 wides.
But you can only do a put spread on 5 wides on BJs?
Yeah, they only have 5 wides.
I wouldn't do it then. Okay. And you said it's 240. I hate paying that much.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pass, and this is something I teach. If I feel like the risk is too much, I won't do the trade. I'd come closer to buying the stock on BJ. Jonathan, I'd buy the stock as opposed to doing an option on it because it's too rich. So we'll keep our eye on BJ. Now the market right now is what, 56.25. pulling back a little bit, wouldn't you say?
Definitely pulling back.
All right, let's go look at the ETR line.
25.
Okay, BJ's backed away. Amazon's backed away. The whole ETR line's red. Oh, Powell's still talking.
I got him as. Is he still talking?
I thought they just flipped over to him. I thought I saw him still talking. He usually goes a lot longer than he's supposed to.
I don't have him talking anymore.
Huh?
I don't see him talking anymore.
He's not talking anymore?
I think he's done.
Good for him.
He's definitely done.
All right, let's go look at a compass. Okay, we're below RB4, below Genesis. '97 is the low of the day, so we're about to find out, are they testing the low in reverse or what are they going to do? Now notice, and this is very important, even though I think we're going higher, it doesn't have to happen this afternoon. It could happen tonight, tomorrow, but I'm not going to take a trade just because I think it's going up. I got to see numbers. My trigger number for the E-mini was 56.55. Does everybody understand that? All right, why don't we do this? What time is it right now?
Time wise, I got 3:28 Eastern time.
So it's about to get into the final 30. Those numbers I gave you are good numbers, but you might not be able to use them today. John, for Helen wants a review of the ETR line. We explain it to her.
Yeah, the ETR feature stands for electronic tape reader. And by default, we look at opening prices on a 30-minute basis. So I'm in Central Time, but you're looking at the 12 Central open here. And then the 12:30, which is RB4, of course, at 5649.75 was the open of reference bar 4 this afternoon. And then we get 1 o'clock my time. The 30-minute open was 5629. 1:30, 5616. The mini pivot is the most recent 30-minute open, so that's 2 p.m. my time, Central. And then the ETR line is the current price. You can see that the clock just struck 2:30 my time. It takes about a minute, so in about 45 seconds or so, you'll actually see all this shift upwards. Well, the ETR line will stay where it's at, but the mini pivot will now become the 2:30 Central open. You'll see the rest of these shift upwards. And right above the mini pivot, you'll see 1400 here, and then 1330, 1300, 1230, so forth and so forth. So it takes about a minute after the half hour for it to shift, collects all the data, then you'll see it shift up here any moment now. But it's 30-minute opening prices, tape reading style. And it just shifted, so you see it's the ETR line, the mini pivot is from 230, and then the 1400 is the next one up above that. 13:30, and then every 30 minutes after that. Pete, gold has already triggered. Tom's already been in and out, actually. He's already gotten in and taken his profit.
All right, we started here's what's happened. We started the last 30 minutes. The S&P came down to support level about 15 to 17. You got that low down there at 55.97. The question is, can you get enough strength to get back above 55? All right, let's go look if we can and showing how the RB trader goes to unchanged as this bar, it changes every reference bar where they can see it. You get a fresh look. See how it's all got out now? Everybody see that? It refreshes at the reference bar. Now, it's supposed to be set 20 minutes in to start giving signals here at the end of the day. It's in our roadmap software. Jonathan, I don't have any of the stocks hitting any of the upside triggers, do you?
No, it's just like the market's response to Powell was kind of muted. We've kind of got a very quiet afternoon as everybody waits for Trump, I guess.
Yeah, go back through the trigger numbers where they can write them down for tomorrow. I think those are good numbers tomorrow.
Okay. I posted them earlier. I'll read them aloud, but let me go up here and copy and paste once again. Let's see, where's my, oops, that's what's going on. Oh, it only lets me post about 4 lines at a time. So AMD 9901.
It's at 97.80.
What's going on here? Okay, well, I guess I'll just type them again. It's not letting me copy paste. AMD 9901.
Current price 97.80.
Okay. NVIDIA 114.
Current price 113.5.
I'm going to read the rest of these so I don't have to scroll up every time. I'm going to read them all.
Just read it and I'll give them current price. They can write them down.
Yeah, and I'll do a mass posting at the end. Okay, Palantir 110.55.
Palantir is 109.
QQQ 482.55.
479 QQQ.
The SPY 561.55.
It's at 557.93.
The TQQ 57.11.
It's at 55.93.
Crude oil 57.84.
It's at 57.92.
Gold already acted on, but the number was 33.84.40.
Yeah, it's at 33.82. It bounced off at where I covered, came back up. I'll probably trade it tonight. All right, what else?
Walmart 99.55.
Walmart. Looking for it on the ticker. I don't see it on the ticker. There it is. 98.54. So every ticker I gave you, okay?
And we got a few more.
No, keep going.
Microsoft 436.55.
It's at 434.25.
Gilead 100.11.
It's at 98.67.
BJ 120.55.
119.62.
And the last ticker was Amazon 189.55.
187.93. So you say, well, every one of these tickers did not hit the trigger number. So I will look tomorrow morning and take these trigger numbers that I did today. I'll get paid off a couple of these because they, some of those trade at night. Okay. But the point is, that's the value of having a plan. And that's what I do that's where these things come from. Now, would I take a SPY trade if the S&P got above 56.55? Absolutely, because I can do a SPY up to 415. I stepped away from BJ. I said I just buy the stock. I wouldn't buy the option on it after what Jonathan told me. But these are the kind of things that I do throughout my trading day and trading week. Is this helping y'all get to see a picture of how to take these tools that we've got, use these tools, and position yourself for high probability trades? I did a gold trade in front of you, and I'll probably end up doing a crude trade later on tonight. But the whole point is, if you have a good plan, you got to have a trick. Write this down. You have to establish through process a trigger point to get in a trade, whether to be long, short, or out. That's the second thing. Where your target is and where you're wrong. Once you get those in a process using these tools, you're going to be such a better trader by doing that. So y'all give us a stock, any stock, we'll go through it and set it up. I would, Carol. All right, Berkshire. Let's look at Berkshire. Put it into, first thing, put it in your roadmap trader. Okay, Berkshire trigger number is 518.55. About $1 higher than RB high. Okay, so we got our trigger number. Now let's go look at a compass. Look at a compass. Let's look at Berkshire. What's the target on the compass? If I look at 521, that'd be my target, 521. Where am I wrong? Look at the low, 513.11. I'm wrong at 512.40. So on Berkshire, my all bets off number is 512.40. I gave you my trigger number. I gave you my target. And that trade is set up. And then you got it on the ETR line to watch it and make sure you like what you see. Yeah, I've been doing this a lot of years, and I know it might sound easy, but in my mind, if I'm gonna look at something, I'm thinking, how can I make money off of it? You see what I'm saying? That's my thinking. How do I make money? Jonathan, why don't we do this? I got some slides to go through. Why don't we give it about from a time standpoint, it gives us time to come back in case the market surges and do that SPY trade. That'd be my primary trade I do. Let's come back 9 minutes. Everybody take a break for 9 minutes. Walk around and think about what I'm doing, how valuable it is, and we'll come back in 9 minutes, okay? Now, we'll come back earlier 9 minutes if the S&P gets above 56.55. I'm putting that caveat out there, okay, Jonathan? I might not even get a break. It's at
Yeah, I was about
53.
to say, you may not get a break.
I don't get a break. All right, let's do that trade on the spot. Tell me what it was.
It was 9 days out. And if I recall, it was the 570, 573. Let's go verify. The 70.73 right now is $1.04 midpoint.
Do it at the market. Get it done. How many days out, Jonathan? 9 days?
Hang on. And now it's up to $1.10. The market's moving.
Just get it. I need to know the strike, so I want to do it too.
570, 573.
Nothing like it. Ooh, it's $1.19. I'm gonna pay up. I'm in. What do you think about that, Jonathan? I paid $1.17. So let's take profit on that trade at $1.34.
Okay.
I might feel. Put that in TNT also. We'll keep up with it through TNT. Okay.
Okay.
Since everybody got it here. Okay. Let me do that real quick. Let me come back down to my trade and set that order. Nothing like it. I said $1.34 good to cancel, right?
Yes.
That order's tucked away. All right. So I'm in. $1.34 is our target. Now, even after having a trade planned that way, do you see how you got to be ready? We could have gotten that trade at $1, maybe $1.04 if we'd had it set up, but I didn't have it set up. That was a mistake I made. But I like the trade because getting above 55 tells me I'm right on my direction and tells me have a little patience. I'm going to make a little bit more on that one. Now, there's a trade we missed, and I apologize again. Do you remember the AMD trade that I gave you? Does everybody remember the AMD trade I gave you? I hope somebody took it. I did. Where did I say to get long AMD? On the trigger.
I was thinking 98, but that was from the other day. And now
No,
today's.
today. I gave it to you today on AMD.
Yeah. Yep.
99.01. Kevin got it. I'm up $1.62 on that one. I was ready on that one. I had a stop in the market. What do you think, Jonathan? That's pretty cool, isn't it, what we just did? Come on, guys. Is this pretty cool? Tell me that's cool. Hey, Jonathan, this has been a fun one.
Yeah,
I
good
used to
stuff.
love trading the Fed. Maybe I'll still do it. All right, I'm going to do something special, Jonathan. Let's take a 4-minute break and come back. Give everybody a chance to walk around and think about what they just saw. 4 minutes, we'll come back. Jonathan, bring up my slide presentation where we can go right into it because I think everybody's excited what they just saw. We'll get started in 2 minutes. Is everybody listening? Well, I asked that question in 2 minutes and 33 seconds. All right, let's get going. Everybody listen. That was a question I'm asking. Everybody saw what they saw today. Are you listening? I want you to listen up. There's a high degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, using the right tools, you can do well. Inside TNT, we have a sunrise signal beta running now. Let me tell you what it told us this morning at 10 after 8. It said, sell the market. And you can look at that and see that was for the QQQ and the E-mini. Everybody see that? Sell the market this morning at 8:20. It goes off every morning at that time, 8:10 in the morning. That's money in your pocket. The new feature showcased the bearish move for all that, okay? At the time, crude was going higher. There it is, right there, hand delivered to you at 10 after 8 in the morning, okay? That's a new feature in TNT. Okay, keep going. The Telegram channel is full of actual ideas. This trade I put on today, I'll show people what to do out of my TNT. Now, the other day, I saw a big rally. Y'all remember that big rally day? I said, buy Amazon, buy PLTR in pre-market. I said, buy Amazon. PLTR soaring in after hours. This was the day prior to their earnings, okay? Or day of it. We were right on top of it. I posted that. Gave everybody a scholarship that was in there. Keep going. So let me ask a few questions. Would you pay $200 a month to have your own market research lab? I'm talking about you got Chuck Crow, you got Jonathan Rowe, and you got me putting information in this room that's pertinent to making money. Every day we put information in there. That right there tells me where key numbers are. Look at that high there on Wednesday, May the 7th. RB4, 57.50. See how valuable that number was? 24 to low. FOMC meeting, 56.27. Chuck posted that in there. Pretty cool information is it to have that number. If you want to go back and look 5 days from now, it'll be in there. This is the value of TNT. So would you pay $200 to get that information? That's the question. Let's keep going. Would you pay $200 a month? The same $200 to get on the right side of the market each day? The sunrise signal is going to do it. This morning I said, hands off the mouse until the odds are in our favor, then take action. Well, the odds got in our favor this afternoon. We took action. We made money. This was a day that gold rally. I posted gold. I had nothing on my Magic 5, but I had all these gold positions long. Gold. Guess how much gold went up from Monday night? $150. $150. Notice I got my Magic 5, GLD. Look where GLD was, 302. Where's GLD right now, Jonathan? You know, top of your head? I'll check it real quick. I got 311. 100 shares would have paid you $900 for that kind of information. Am I getting your attention? Give me a yes if I'm getting your attention. Nothing's like this. The TNT channel. Keep going. Would you pay $200 to have a 24-hour coverage on the market? Around the clock, we keep this channel up for you. Information, news, anything that comes out that affects the market, we post. It's better than any news channel. This is actual ideas. I bid. Made 50 cents on that one. Play TQQQ, it trades 24 hours. Gotta love this stuff. All right, folks, get on board for the next 30 days. See it for yourself. See if I'm not telling you the absolute truth. Join dtitrader.com/TNT2 or call 904-706-3532. I'd planned to go out of town tomorrow to open up a spot. Let me look at my calendar. You're going to love this if you sign up. You're gonna love what I'm about to say. Let me check my schedule. Gotta make sure. All right. Tomorrow's Thursday. I got the academy at 10:30. Let's meet at 11 o'clock tomorrow for TNT for a special webinar for everybody. Does that sound good to make some money together early in the day? Enough of y'all sign up, I'll do it. That's an incentive. 11 o'clock tomorrow. Let me tell you, tomorrow might be the day you definitely want to be with me tomorrow. Carol was anywhere close. She'd be with me on one-on-one tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be a good day. Guess how I know? Way this market acted today. Anyway, get signed up. Folks, I enjoyed being with you. We got a long call that we'll keep up with in here. I might do some more in the morning before we meet at 11. But pay attention. We'll go through in detail at the 11 o'clock session tomorrow, all that information I showed you real quick today. Okay? Yep. I don't know how anybody can tell me no now. That SPY trade, if you had a 10 lot there, it's going to pay you, it's going to pay for your month. That's going to be your scholarship. Look what Dave wrote in there. Copy and paste what Dave wrote in there. That's nice, Dave, for you to say that. Folks, this was a great afternoon. I'm glad I got to spend it with you. You saw me reject a trade because the options were bad. You saw me make a trade because the market was good. Jonathan, did I leave anything out?
You covered it all, Tom, and then some. Enjoy the session.
All right. That was fun. See y'all on the flip side. Oh, I'll be back tonight at 8. Try to make it at 8. Kevin, did you do some good?